The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaraya Productions.
Hello everybody and welcome back to First Impressions.
Yes!
It's that time of the half year again, because we do this like twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
So, we are talking about, is it Kikai Sentai?
Yep.
Or Kikai?
Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger.
Mm-hmm.
The 45th Sentai.
Anniversary.
So, where do y'all want to
At
start?
the opening.
At the opening.
Yeah, the opening's okay.
I like it.
I like it. I like it quite a bit.
It's not the worst opening we've had. It's also, I don't think it's tight.
It's a dance opening.
It's a solid B tier opening.
Because it has no ending this year.
Yeah, which I'm totally okay with.
I'm okay with it too.
I'm totally okay with this.
Yeah, because Saber has the ending.
Yeah, I was about to say, I pointed this out after the first episode. How is it that Kamen Rider and Sentai have kind of switched in this tradition? But
Yeah, I like the opening sung by the actor who played Ultraman Dyna.
Mm-hmm.
I quite like it. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And I like the visuals that are with it, especially because in the actual opening this time, we're getting like previews.
They give you a little snippet of what's to come.
Yeah,
that is new and cool.
So I was like, I like this. 10 out of 10. Broke as guy.
So, do you want to start with the first episode?
Well, usually we do. So,
I didn't know if you want to go episode by episode and just kind of do a basic good, bad, terrible, bad kind of deal.
How'd you want to do it?
I just kind of want to talk about all three as a whole.
Sure.
It's definitely different.
Different in a very good way.
Yeah. Especially in comparison to Kira Major last year, which was okay. I think this one starts out a bit stronger.
This show starts out very strong.
I'll give it that.
I have really, really enjoyed these first three episodes.
They were fun.
They were great.
I do like the fact that we are recruiting the members.
We're building the team up as we go along. We're not just starting off at the first episode where it's like we have a team of 4 and then the Red Ranger joins with it's just all a team of 5 and then we're all going to go beat up monsters. No, we're building a team as we go along. We start with Kaito, who is our one human on the team.
Yep.
And what are they called in this?
Kikais?
Kikanoids.
Kikanoids.
Who are from an alternate dimension that is merged with Earth. And I like how that just gets set up right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just like we see the worlds merge and then we just cut to 10 months later, everything's...
Was it 10 months or was it a month?
It was 10. I think it was 10 months.
I know it has been some time later, but I know...
I thought it was just a month.
Actually, it might have been just a month.
I might be completely wrong then, but...
But
1 month.
okay. So
oh, I know why I thought 10 months, though.
why? I'm curious.
Because that's the time skip in Tiger and Bunny.
He's been watching Tiger and Bunny.
For the first time. Good show. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah. I need to rewatch Tiger and Bunny.
It's good.
But I like the time skip. I like the fact that we are coexisting, and I like the villains so far. Both design-wise, motivation-wise, I like their looks, their lair, everything.
This is the first villain where the head villain is immobile, and I'm okay with it. He doesn't look stupid.
Yeah. Because
he's a wall.
Last one I could really think of was
Zooger,
but I mean he could move, but it was stupid.
Yeah, that's my point.
I love the fact that he's just a giant head and one arm coming out of a large wall. He's got holes all over him, and inside one of the holes is a pet bird.
And it's voiced by Joji Nakata.
Yes! Good old Professor Bias. And many, many others.
Bias-sama. As he tries to take out your brain. God! Live that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. But yeah, this show starts off really fun. Jiran out here trying to be, hello, fellow kids.
Him walking up to those kids partying and hello, young children, I would like to get down with you.
That really should have been a flag to me that he was older, but I thought he was just weird. It wasn't until episode 3 that really connected how much older he is to everybody else.
He's in his mid-30s, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever.
Which I like.
I'm okay with it.
I like that we have an older ranger.
I just thought he was weird.
He also has a human form, and his human form is played by one of the actors from Amazon's.
Oh, that's
the one who got his arm
that is the best option for him. That is perfect.
That was good.
But I still think... I think this... Yes, it had a very strong start. It knows what it is. It knows what it wants to do. It's like Zenkaiger. It knows it's an anniversary season. We're just going to have fucking fun with it. And it is taking that to the max.
It is really embracing the history, I feel. The way that... I love the way that we are incorporating the history and powers of past Rangers. The way we're doing that, like, you know, like...
But without being fan service?
I wouldn't know, because I still think it's fan service, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, but I'm referring to how, like, I'm comparing it to the last major anniversary season we had, which I believe was Zenkaiger. Because 40
didn't really
do anything.
That didn't count.
Yeah, so...
As far as, like, what it did with the past,
because when you think about Zenkaiger, it had a guest star from a previous Sentai every other episode.
Pretty much.
So it really... It's taking fan service, but it's not making it the focal point of the show.
It's a different show, different tone that it's going for, different story.
We don't know exactly how things are going to go forward.
That's true. I'm just saying by episode 3 of Zenkaiger, we had the Magi Red show up. So
yeah,
by episode 3, we had the Magi Dragon show up. So
that's an interesting point. I didn't even connect. That's amazing. Anyway,
I know some previous Sentai actors have expressed interest coming back, especially with everything going on in the past year.
Because the way the show opens, like the very first thing we see the Go Rangers fighting a monster, and then the sky
swallows
like goes dark and like closes in on them, and we see that the
Z Rangers.
We see them, but I'm talking about like the villain organization. What's their name?
Toji Tendo.
The Toji
Tendo.
Who are the ruling class of the Kikainoid world.
Yeah.
And we find out they have been trapping all these other worlds inside these little metals.
Gears, I think is...
Yeah, like gears, metals, that sort of thing. And the other Sentai are trapped in there. So I'm thinking that's a good way for them to bring in past actors.
It's possible.
I mean, eventually we might have to fight a monster that's themed after a past season. We fight it, we break it out, and then who knows, the team actually could come out, or one of the Rangers comes out. That'd be a good way to bring somebody in.
Yeah.
I love the whole...
I would love... Sorry to cut you off. Is the actor who played the original Red Ranger still alive?
Yeah.
If he shows up and looks...
He showed up in the Red special that they had.
Fair.
He showed up.
Well, if he shows up in this and looks at Zenkaiger and goes, I like your look. Done. I'm good.
Or...
Hiroshi Miyauchi shows up.
Because he
shows up as Big One and is like, hey.
I approve.
I love the entire visual design of this show.
Yeah.
This show looks like they took it's like they were trying to decide on a color palette, and one of them was eating a packet of Skittles, and they just pointed at that and were like, yeah, there we go.
So instead of choosing a color palette, they chose all of them.
They chose all the colors, and they turned the saturation up to 11. This show looks like it was painted with candy.
In a good way.
In a good way. I like it. It kind of reminds me of Speed Racer. Except not as, shall we say, flamboyant.
Are we talking about the live-action movie, or are we talking about the show?
Live-action movie.
Okay.
In terms of visual design.
That's fair. I did like that movie a lot.
That movie's great.
That's a fucking fantastic movie. I like the color palette. I like that. I still am trying to get used to the bulkiness of the other team members, because they're technically mini mechs.
Seeing them in motion, I really like it.
I'm getting used to it. Though the one I have been the most worried about is Blue, and he's yet to show up as of recording this.
We'll see come next episode. So
because he is the bulkiest. I like all the ideas on paper. I like the fact that they're mini mechs, so they don't have a separate mech. They just make them bigger. And then I like how they combine with the folding in half and that they transform. I like all these ideas on paper. I don't know. It's not as bad as I was worried it was going to be. And I'm going to be real honest, the characters themselves are selling the fuck out of it.
Because they're good characters.
I don't like Yellow still.
I like the actors are very good.
Oh no,
I think
fantastic.
the show is extremely well cast.
Yeah. Oh no, it's absolutely fantastic. I don't like Yellow, but in a good way. Like, I don't think you're supposed to really like him. I relate to him, but I don't think I like him. Red is still the best.
Red's amazing.
Red's great.
He's so good. He's so beat the fuck out by Gaon Every single time. They just don't like each other.
I love the gag that they're doing when they're introducing, like, the new person joins the team and something happens with the gun.
When
they're shooting him,
red and yellow
minion.
just shoot a random minion.
So we literally just watched episode 3 before recording
Yeah.
this. Jacob and I hadn't seen it yet. And literally, Pink gives the gun and she looks down the barrel and I go, that is not what you do with a gun. And I was so vindicated in 10 seconds. When she...
Because she slips.
And almost shoots herself in the face. Don't look down the barrel of a loaded gun, kids.
Don't look down the barrel of a gun, period.
Valid.
Even if it isn't loaded.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, that was hysterical.
That was great. But Yellow, Gallon getting the gun and just immediately shooting the minion.
Ugh.
And then we cut to another angle and the minion is just still dead on the ground. It's so great.
All you see is his feet. And it's so good.
It's so great.
How about Red dancing every time the gun
Oh, I love his dancing.
He's into it and I like it.
Gerard is
He's so
great.
into it. Like
sorry, but I couldn't help but wonder while we were watching this. Toei, do you watch our show? Were you listening to my complaints about Sentai and about mechs? Were you? Be honest with me. Because we'll see how it gets in the long run, but my god, it's like they listened.
Yeah, because it's really dynamic this year.
Not just, there's good miniature work. The mech fights, they change, like every episode, of the 3 that we have so far, they change it up every time.
it's a different environment because it's matching the monster.
The monster changes the environment, which is nice. We get different combinations of mechs, which is nice. Different finishers. We get different camera work. We get a good mix of CG. And it's so much more visually interesting and dynamic to look at. Even the regular on the ground fights.
They've been taking...
They're so much more stylized. Like, the first time that they fight as a team, like our first big fights for the first couple episodes, there's at least one scene that's really stylized where the screen goes white behind them and it's like a single shot where we're just following all the Rangers, fight a bunch of minions and there's explosions and all this stuff going on. And it's so stylized and visually interesting.
Oh, you haven't started Lupin yet, have you?
No.
It really starts there.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back for like the next 2 seasons, but when you start Lupin, you'll see how many references they bring to this show because they do a lot of interesting camera work in Lupin. It's so interesting to watch.
Well, this was too, so
yeah.
Well, I hope they keep it up.
We'll see how it goes going forward. But
there's a lot of things that they could do to either make it better, make it worse. Like Marcus likes to point this out in the first episode, how they were introducing ideas of classism and racism into Sentai, and then it has yet to come up since.
So they did it again in the next episode when they actually showed the caste system.
But showing it and showing it are two different things, if you know what I mean.
We're also on episode 3.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there isn't time to develop that more.
I know, which is why I'm saying we have to wait. That's why I said we gotta wait and see what happens. But I hope they bring that in more. I hope they bring in more humans who are like more scared of any robot, regardless if it's a Sentai member or not.
And we'll see, especially because we've seen how Vrun was treated, getting hit by electricity or shot with missiles. So they're going to bring something up with that in episode 4, because that's all the villains know him for.
Is sweeping and shooting.
Getting back to the villains, one thing I like is that they're also figuring things out as they go.
Yeah.
Even their head scientist, who I love his design, where it's like a tank fused with a microscope. Yeah.
And did not know that their big versions of monsters can take on the powers of their monster of the week.
That was probably...
It was discovered by accident.
One of the best scenes in that episode when the big one steps on it, he's like, ah. And then everybody's like, ah. And then he takes his like, ah!
And he was just like, of course.
That'll happen.
That makes perfect sense.
He's just like, yep, checks out.
I also do love how literal he is. Like, he's pointing out to the mushroom. You're saying shroom a lot.
Well, he's
like, you put the mushroom world in me. Fair enough.
It's kind of my thing now. I have to.
Something tells me they're going to end up doing something because Kaito's parents aren't there. They've been missing for a while. So something tells me that's going to being a thing later on, especially with the Toji Tendo also having the
As long as they do it
By the way,
as long as they do it better than Rude.
After we're done here, I'm releasing a petition. Grandmother for Six Ranger.
I really like the grandma character.
Oh no, she's great.
She's great.
I love her so much. There is a rumor like the Sixth Ranger might be called a Two Kaiser, but we haven't gotten anything about it.
Part of me also hopes it's another human.
Or someone who is half Geekino and half human.
That would be interesting.
I just want it to be green.
Yeah.
It's on Zenkaiger's suit. So I want him to be green.
Is it? Oh, look at that. Never looked closely enough, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it needs to be green then. Or purple. Or is that pink?
I think it's supposed to be pink. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's a weird one.
But yeah, it definitely needs to be green then.
No gold.
No gold, no silver. For fuck's sake.
Please, no.
I will accept
We're good
purple.
for gold and silver, thanks.
I will accept purple. I will accept cyan. I will accept green. I will accept brown.
I will accept chartreuse.
Lavender.
Violet.
Gold. Jewels.
I will accept diamond.
Private plane.
Copper. Diamond. I don't care.
As long as it's not
gold or silver.
Yeah. Green green makes the most sense simply because of the fact that it's already on Zenkaiger's suit.
And it was that was the color of the first Six Ranger. If this is an anniversary, you want to celebrate that. I don't understand why Gokai Silver was silver. Well, because there was already a Gokai Green, I guess. Fair enough. Had that whole conversation in my head.
It's fine. It's fine.
As
we reach the same conclusion.
There's no coffee in this.
And we do know about the movie with all the other Reds and Zenkai Red. So whenever that comes out, it'll be an interesting one when we actually get to review it. Because we're actually going to catch up this year. We're going to get to Kira Major more than likely sometime late this summer. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go back and start filling in.
And then we hit the singularity and Tokucast ends.
Go back to the beginning.
Yeah, we're going to Go Ranger at that point. That'll be fun.
You're going to give us time to watch Go Ranger. Holy fuck.
You'll give us time, right? Please.
It's going to be at least 3 weeks. But yeah, this show is fun. And I think that's
a great start.
It's just so fun.
I really like it so far.
No, yeah, it's a very fun show. I will give it that. It's very fun. Sorry, I was just remembering Pink's entrance in the 3rd episode on the sled. Don't you dare!
So good! It was too good. Just the slow.
We cut to that different angle of
through the
window, and she just goes past.
10 out of 10.
It was great.
Though I think I still preferred Yellow catching Zenkaiger, and then Red getting flown. He's like, nope.
Yellow just doesn't like people.
No, he likes people.
He doesn't like Kikainoids.
Yeah, he doesn't like
people. He loves people.
He loves people because they're cute and soft.
But dude, those Kikainoids get fucked.
I was very curious about how he was going to handle a robot animal. And he's like,
nope.
He Luke Skywalker that shit in Last Jedi. Moving on.
Just the
oh, bacha. Oh god.
Yeah, episode 4 is when the whole team gets together. So we'll see. I think the best thing about this is the fact that we actually get to know these people first off instead of.
Oh yeah, we get to see them throughout the show while they're not joining the team, which is also great.
Yeah, because we see.
Again, Toei, are you actually watching this?
Yellow shows up
once.
When the Kikinoids are popping in. Yellow shows up in that second group.
And Pink shows up, and then we see Pink in the 2nd episode. No, Pink shows up when she gets interviewed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then she shows up with...
She's also in a wide shot. Mm. She's in the group after Yellow. And Blue's part of the show.
Yeah. So it's really nice to see that they have lives.
Blue's the custodian.
Who gets abused.
Oh.
R.I.P. and deaths.
Anyway. It has a lot of promise, and it's a good start. Let's hope they don't trip.
Please don't screw this up.
Or if you trip, do it like what you did with Goggle 5's medal.
They actually brought
Goggle
Gogol 5
5
Shin Taiso. They brought in the ribbon.
Tasers.
And they turned it into a jump rope. He tripped, and then they electrocuted him with it.
I just love how the mushroom was immediately like, yeah, I got this. And I actually love how they set up actually meeting him.
Yeah.
Because Kaito just wanders onto the scene and looks up. Ah!
Oh!
And they're like, they spotted us.
Dang it, they saw us!
While we were not being stealthy. This is your fault.
And he looks at Jiraiya's like, friends of yours? It's like,
Friend, what the...
did you learn nothing?
That's racist.
And then asked him, what is an ice age?
What is it?
It's an age with a lot of ice.
What?
And they're just like,
It makes
Jiraiya,
me
please.
It makes me worried about his education.
No, I just love the fact that he was like, go on, if you would, explain. It's like, I think you could do it better.
And then it's like, no, you do it. No, you. No, you. No, you.
Don't you pass it back to me.
Don't you know?
And then sled.
And then Pink is like,
Yeah.
It's been fun. Yay.
I do feel bad for the minions.
They just get so shy.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's so great because that's what you should do. It's like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, the
And I love the fact that Jiron actually let them speak for a quick second.
And then shot him.
And then Gal's just like, huh.
Oh, he wasted no time. As soon as he got that gun, he blew one of them to hell.
In his defense, they were hurting pets
God,
and animals. He was angry.
We watched that. As soon as that happened, Matt was like, oh yeah, he gotta die now.
Nope. You do not fuck with fur babies.
This is so good.
I think what it says, he's got to die now, he's got to die fast, and he's got to die twice because doing it the first time is going to be great.
Chicka plow.
But yeah. Let us know what you think.
In the comments down below.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I understand why they're doing it. Just one another little nitpick I have. One reason that they're not listening to us about mech fights is that we still have the problem of only 3 people can be in a mech at once.
We'll see how it goes going forward.
Yeah, I know. But
that's not really something I care about.
Especially because we get other combinations.
In this case, it's a little more understandable since it didn't start with all 5.
Also, 2 of them are the mech, so...
Yeah, the other 2 are the other mech.
Yeah, so it's fine, but I still like the idea of all 5 making one mech is a metaphor of teamwork.
Give them a few episodes.
Yeah,
metaphor of teamwork.
Haven't gotten a whole bunch of scans except like the main one, so we'll see how it goes going forward. It has been a fun time. We won't be doing one for Down with Fury because but yeah.
But we didn't do one for... Did we do one for Beast Morphers?
Yeah.
We did.
We won't be doing one here. Let us know in the comments below what you think about Zenkaiger. And join us all the things.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching.